Welcome to another episode of Showroom Steals, where we show you how to get high-end looks at an affordable price point. My name is Kate, and today we're talking all about new homeowner projects. I personally just took the plunge into new homeownership and was pretty surprised to realize how much my new house didn't actually feel like mine. The house has great bones, but all I could think as I walked through it after closing was, this still feels like the previous owner's house, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Just wasn't something that had crossed my mind. So if you found yourself in a similar situation, I'm going to show you 3 key areas you can update that will really make your new to you home feel like it's truly yours. The first thing you should consider is painting, because you'll want to knock out as many paint projects as you can before you move in. It can get pretty pricey to paint an entire house, but the good news is you can do a few projects on a much smaller scale and budget that will still have a big impact. One of the first paint projects I tackled was the bathroom vanities. There was nothing particularly wrong with the paint color, but it was just a pretty stark white and wasn't really my style. So instead, I went for a bold move and painted the whole thing in Sherwin-Williams Black Magic. I know black can be a daunting color to use, but there are lots of shades that have warm undertones that will help add some dramatic flair to your bathroom while still making it feel cozy. If black paint isn't your thing, some of my other favorite vanity colors include Blanched Thyme, Naval Blue, and Carriage House. The next area you can think about painting is your trim. There are so many styles and combinations you can explore that fit your style best. For example, our new house had contrasting trim and crown molding, which I didn't love. The contrasting color made the room look shorter, and I really wanted to make the ceiling feel as tall as possible, even if it was just a trick of the eye. To achieve that sleeker, elongating look, we matched the trim to the wall color and just used a satin gloss instead of the flat finish we have on our walls. It made a huge difference. I was blown away that something as simple as the trim could make the space look so much bigger and more modern. If ceiling height isn't an issue for you like it was for me, or if you like a more traditional look, there are still great ways to do a contrasting trim that will feel updated and super stylish. The biggest thing you should do here is think outside the box. Who said your trim has to be white? Try using a light tan color if you have white walls, or an earthy green or taupe color if you have beige walls, and a pewter color if you have gray walls. The next project you can tackle is updating your light fixtures. I had no idea how expensive lighting could be. Am I the only person who didn't know this? Cheap lights can look, well, really cheap if I'm being honest. But naturally, I spent some time on Lowes.com and was genuinely so excited to find that they had tons of options that were within my budget. And between you and me, there were lots of options that looked just like the pricey designer styles I was eyeballing. One of the light fixture swaps that will make the biggest impact is a chandelier. They're usually the focal point in a room and can really make or break the style. Our house had an old ceiling fan, and it was one of the first things we swapped out. I replaced it with this wagon wheel iron chandelier. It's a really popular look right now that can lend itself to whatever your style is. And don't tell anyone, but it looks just like a designer option that costs 5 times as much. If that's not the definition of a showroom steal, I don't know what is. A few other chandeliers I love that are a little more style specific are this matte black 6-light farmhouse chandelier, this gold mid-century style option, or for a more traditional option, but with a modern twist, try this 4-light gold chandelier. The next priority would be kitchen lighting. If you entertain people at your house at all, I'll bet they always end up gathering in the kitchen. In my opinion, it's the heart of the home, which means it will have lots of traffic in and out, and that means you'll have lots of eyeballs on your kitchen lighting choices. One of the trends we're seeing more and more of is linear island lights. So this type of fixture still hangs down like pendants would, but the lights are all connected, almost like a long rectangular chandelier. For any hanging light options, be sure to keep the hanging length in mind. You ideally want your fixtures to be at least 30 to 36 inches above the surface of the island. That'll allow you to still see people across the island and keep you from banging your head against a fixture. If you don't have an island, or if you're just looking for some additional ways to add light to your space, sconces are a fantastic way to add unexpected style. We're used to seeing sconces in bedrooms, but a well-placed kitchen sconce can be the cherry on top of your already gorgeous kitchen. I'd recommend adding 1 single pendant over your sink, or 2 pendants over any floating shelving you may have. They also look great above a coffee or wine bar. I personally prefer sconces that have lights pointing downwards rather than upwards. That positioning makes it feel like you're intentionally highlighting an area in your kitchen, whereas sconces with the lights pointing up feel much more like a bedroom option. I love this satin nickel option that sits close to the wall, making it a great option for above a sink. If you're placing a sconce above open shelving or a coffee or wine bar, try a style that comes with a swing arm, like this modern black option from LNC. It allows you to add some more depth to the space and make it even more eye-catching. The last project we're gonna walk through is probably the simplest of them all, but trust me, it makes a huge difference. Swapping out old drawer pulls and cabinet knobs is one of the most cost-effective and easiest ways you can make your space feel fresher and more like your own. Our new house had very shiny chrome handles on the kitchen cabinets, which, again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just much more of a gold girl. I found these gorgeous antique brass pulls and matching knobs on Lowes.com, and they gave our kitchen cabinet so much more character. If you're not a bronze fanatic like I am, because I literally chose bronze and gold fixtures for almost everything in our house, then you can try this matte black style, these satin nickel cylindrical bars, or for a more unexpected option, these clear recessed pulls for something that's more your style. Swapping out the hardware on our vanities had the same effect as the kitchen cabinets. Like I mentioned earlier with painting bathroom vanities, that plus new hardware will make your bathroom look like a completely different home. These champagne bronze pulls are one of my favorites and pair really well with these glass knobs. Switching up your materials can help your bathroom still feel polished without being overly matchy-matchy, so don't be afraid to mix styles and finishes. All right, guys, that's it for today's episode of Showroom Steals. What do you think? Are you gonna add these projects to your new homeowner list? Let us know in the comments and be sure to like, subscribe, and check out our past episodes. We'll see you next time.